Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I hope God is blessing you with just an awesome, awesome day. But I just wanted to recap for you what we talked about last night. We talked about value, and we looked at a lot of different things. But the one thing I want us to look at again this morning, I want to recapture for you is we all value things. We all have things in our life that we value that mean a lot to us. All of us do. I do. I want to share with you some things that mean a lot to me. There's a baseball that I have. I love the game of baseball. And I have this baseball, it's a Major League Baseball, which makes it kind of special. But there's something that makes this ball even more special. And if you can see right there, you can see that signature right there. Well, that is Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan autographed this baseball. Nolan Ryan is my favorite baseball player of all time. I love that guy. He's an amazing pitcher. And so when this ball was given to me, it meant the world to me. I treasure this ball. This ball sits in my office in a special place, and I love this baseball. Now, it may not mean a lot to you, but man, it means a lot to me. Another thing that I have that I treasure is this. It is a pure silver railroad spike. Now, it may not mean a lot to you, but this spike means the world to me. I value this so much. Why? Because it belonged to my grandfather. See, my grandfather worked for the railroad. And when he retired, one of the gifts they gave him was this pure silver railroad spike. And I remember as a little kid, I used to always go to my grandparents' house. Man, I practically lived at my grandparents' house. But I would always go into their bedroom, and my grandfather would have this sitting on his dresser. And I would always go over there, and I would just stand there, and I would just stare at it all the time. And so when my grandfather passed away, my grandmother gave this back to me because she knew that it meant so much to me. And so she gave this to me, and I treasured it. And I still treasure it today. It means so much to me. But not long ago, I gave this back to my son, Jesse, because Jesse is named after my grandfather. And now this belongs to him. And now this spike means a lot to him. And he treasures this spike. It is something that is just so important to us and our family. Another thing speaking of family, another thing that I treasure is my family. There's nothing more important to me than my wife, Julie, and my daughter, Jana, and my son, Jesse. There's nothing more important to me than that. I mean, I love them with every ounce that I have, every ounce of being that I have. I love my family. I would give my life for my family in a heartbeat. They're incredible, and I love them. Another thing that means a lot to me is this right here. This is the Word of God. I treasure this. And the reason it's so important to me is because in here, this is a love letter that God has written to me. And so I treasure it, and it means so much to me when I spend time in it and I read it, and it's just so incredible. You know, guys, Luke 12:34, we read it last night. Luke 12:34 says, where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be also. And I asked you last night, and I'm asking you again today, what is it that you treasure? What is it that just takes your breath away? What is it that consumes you? You know, and I'm not asking you to be a Jesus freak. I'm not asking you to be a monk, to join a monastery or anything like that. What I'm asking you to do is to examine your heart and to look and to see what is it that you treasure. You see, we had this little joke last night. You know, remember Mark McGwire, the baseball he hit, the home run baseball, how it was sold for $2.7 million. And how ESPN did this spoof where Mark McGwire brings the ball and he gives it to Dan Patrick, and Dan Patrick says, no, I can't accept it. And Mark says, yes, take it, and it means the world to him. He says, I will treasure this always, thank you so much. And he takes it, and then the next day he goes and he sells it and he buys himself a Lamborghini. You know, guys, we laugh at that. It's a funny commercial. But God has reached down to you and says, I want you to have this, the most precious gift, the thing that means the most to me, the thing that I treasure the most, the thing that I value the most. I want to give it to you. And that's Jesus Christ. So what are you doing with that? Are you putting it on Craigslist, just trying to sell it on eBay? Or you just kind of putting it in the back and you really doesn't have a place of honor, you really don't treasure it, you really don't value? What are you doing with it? That's what I want you to think about. What is it that you treasure? What is it you treasure? Examine your heart. Look at it. Guys, I love you. You're awesome. There is no other place I'd rather be than right here with you each and every Wednesday night. I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. And guys, I want you to remember this. You're not junk. You're not a mistake. You are incredible. God says you are a masterpiece. So don't forget that ever. You are a masterpiece. Guys, you rock. And I can't wait to see you next week.